welcome to my channel, or welcome back. If you are new here, thank you so much for joining us. If you are returning, you already know you are fabulous. All right, so today's video is going to be another high-end DIY Dollar Tree fall decor. That's what we're doing today. I wanted to ask y'all, are you ready for Christmas? Would you like me to continue doing the fall, or what exactly do you want to see? So leave me in the comments, let me know what it is that you're actually wanting to watch so that I can get those videos made and out to y'all just as soon as possible. Also, I wanted to let y'all know that Arteza contacted me, and they have been kind enough to send me a lot of products to use. So if you can hear that in the background, my dog is panting. Is that what you call it? Panting? You know. Anyways, she's like literally right beside me. Anyways, they were kind enough, Arteza was kind enough to send me some awesome products. And I do say awesome because I have already used them, obviously. And they are awesome. They really are great products. So there will be a link in the description box for that. If you order through that link, I will actually receive a small commission. So y'all be sure and check that out. It's totally worth your time to check it out because they are really great products. All right, so let's get right into these DIYs. All right, y'all. So this first DIY here, I've got some florals that came from the Dollar Tree, and I've also got the plastic pumpkin that came from Walmart. I think it was like 97 cents at Walmart. Now, I took the little handle that was on it off, and I'm going to paint this entire pumpkin with the paint the paint I'm using is a mixture of a homemade white chalk paint and also the cashew paint by Waverly. It's kind of an ivory color. That's what I was going for. All right, now the Arteza. Look at this box. This is huge, y'all. Look at how many colors is in this. I was so excited when this came. Like, what in the world? Just watch how many I pull out of here. Gorgeous, gorgeous colors. Pretty much a little bit of everything. This is like the Mary Poppins box of paint. Like, you just keep pulling it out. Just keeps coming out. All right, so for this pumpkin, I actually am going to be using Naples yellow, light apricot, and oxide yellow. So I just took the paint and went right down the grooves that was already made into this pumpkin. Just to give it a little detail, a little bit of depth, I wanted to just kind of spruce it up a little bit. So I just go through there with that. Now I'm going back over it with the apricot color, the light apricot. And I just kind of did it all over the pumpkin, not just in the grooves. Now, to darken it up a little bit, I went in with the oxide yellow, and it's a dark, kind of a dark, brownish orangey yellow. That was a lot, but whatever. Y'all get the point. It's a gorgeous. These colors are so pigmented. They go on so, I mean, just smooth as all get out. All right, now I have got my florals. I have got some mums. I've also got some Gerber daisies, and then I also have the cattails. All right, now I'm just going to cut these right off of the stem that they're on. I like to use them individual. That way I can place them the way that I want to. So I took every one of them and cut them off. Now I'm taking some Dollar General bags and just stuffing down in the bottom of my pumpkin just to give it, you know, put a little something in there to heighten my flowers that I'm putting in. Added, you know, something to give them something to sit on, I guess you'd say. I didn't really feel like I needed any kind of floral foam or anything like that because they were just going to go all in here. So it was okay. I felt like it would be just fine to do it like this and leave it. Now, I just added those flowers randomly. I just kind of alternated between the flowers. And then I'm just taking the cattails and just poking those in there where I see fit. And there you have it. Love this. I did end up adding some of the dark blue hydrangeas, and I think that those just made this pumpkin. I think it is gorgeous. Really turned out nice. All right, so I wanted to hop in here for just a minute and tell y'all a little bit about my friend that has started an online clothing boutique. It is called 731 Threads, and it is fabulous. This shirt that I have on right now actually came from there. It is so soft and so nice. Very good quality. The quality is great. It is just, it is an awesome shirt. I love it. I think it is so stinking cute. It's tie-dyed. It is just darling. It's got the puffy sleeves. Yeah, love it. Oh my goodness, it's so nice. So in the description box, there will be a link to her page, and there will also be a way for you to go and like her page on Facebook. That would really help her out. She's just getting started. She's a single mom, and she needs all the help she can get. So let's show her a little love, and y'all go do that for me. So check out 731 Threads on Facebook. And then also in the description box, there will be a link to her actual website. So y'all definitely check that out. All right, let's get back into these DIYs. All right, so for this second DIY, this here is the inspiration piece for it. And that was on Pinterest is where I found that picture. Now, I have got 3 signs from the Dollar Tree. I also have the wooden truck cutout and the wooden letters. Now, I took the 3 signs, flipped them over. I actually sanded off the glitter that was on the back. I just didn't want to have to mess with it. It's going to be on the back of the sign, but I didn't want that glitter going everywhere every time you touch it. So I did sand that down. Now, I am adding hot glue right down the edge, like right in that seam. I also add some hot glue to my craft stick, and then I just press that dude down there, and we are going to stick all 3 of these signs together. Now, these pieces of wood are actually some type of edging. That's what the sign said. I bought them at my local hardware store, and it just said edging, and it was a box full of these long pieces of wood like this for like 99 cents a piece. So I bought quite a few of them. Anyways, I'm just going horizontally across here with these just to give it that added support, make sure it stays together. Now, once I've got the signs put together, I'm going to take my white homemade chalk paint and paint this entire piece. We're just painting all 3 signs. It's one big sign now. So we're just going to paint the entire piece with the white. And I only gave it 1 coat because it covered pretty well. But even in the places it was kind of streaky, I was fine with that because I'm actually going to go back and distress this, kind of weather this. Now, I took a yardstick and a Sharpie and made the lines for the shiplap. As you can see, the signs were made to look like they were pieces of shiplap anyways, like the uneven pieces. So I just took that Sharpie and followed the lines that were already in it and then made my shiplap lines. Now, once I've got those done, we are going to take Arteza paint once again. This time I used the gray and the Mars black. Look how much paint is in this box, y'all. I just cannot get over how many of these little trays of paint there is. It's just unreal and such gorgeous colors. I mean, there's literally anything you want is in this box. So great product. Now I'm going to take my letters and spell out the word Farm Fresh. I'm painting those with that Mars black. I just paint all the letters. I'll paint around them, make sure that the edges are painted real good. The whole entire letter is black. Now, I'm taking my stiff brush. This is my brush that I use every time I distress wood or anything. And I'm just going to start out by going on the edges of this. Then I'm just going to go and start streaking it up all over this. Now, a lot of people get scared or intimidated to try to distress something. But the thing about it is, don't be scared to do it. Just do it. Just add the paint wherever you want it. Keep adding the paint or taking away. You can actually paint right back over the top of it to take away paint if you need to. Just paint the thing though, because in the end, it should look the way that you want it to look. It's your project, and it's going to be, it should look like what you expect it to look like. So just paint that thing. All right, now, after I've gotten all my lines on there the way I wanted, I actually take my other stiff brush and I'm going to go back over this entire sign with some of that white chalk paint. And that is just to blend in my lines and also to kind of dull down the Sharpie lines. Now, for the truck, I start out with the wheels and I'm painting those with the Mars black. Now, on this truck, we're actually going to be using a couple different colors. We've got the Indian yellow, orange yellow, Mars orange. I also use the pearl deep brown and the pearl copper gold. Now, I also use the Burnt Sierra too. Now, that was another one that I used. So quite a few colors that I end up using on this truck, and it turns out so good. I'm so proud of this little truck. Now, don't panic. I am painting the truck black. Our inspiration piece, the truck was actually black, and it really stands out. So I like the way that it turns out. So don't worry, we're gonna add a little to it. It's not just gonna be like this. Now, I took that Burnt Sienna and actually painted the bed of the truck. I want it to look like a wooden bed of the truck. So I'm just painting that with that Burnt Sienna. I'm mispronouncing that. It is Burnt Sienna. All right, so once I've got that painted, I'm going to paint my pumpkins. And I want y'all to just look at how gorgeous this orange color is. It is so bright and so vibrant. Now, I go ahead and paint the wheels of my truck with the white. Now I'm painting the pumpkins. I do apologize. I said that a little too soon. Now, look at that color. It's gorgeous. It is so bright and just, I don't know, it's just a gorgeous color. These are such great products. And I'm not just saying that because they sent them to me. I mean, I'm not going to sell you on something unless I actually feel like it's a good product. I never use acrylic paint. I always use chalk paint because I don't preferably like acrylic paint. It takes too many coverages and whatever. This doesn't. This is great paint. It is real deal professional paint. All right. Now, I took the, I believe it was the Mars Orange, and went right around the edges of the little notches that were cut out in this pumpkin. And that's just to give it that little bit of depth. Now, I'm showing you there because I actually had some orange on the side of my hand and did not know it. I touched my black paint that was already dry, but no big deal. It's not a big deal. I just take my black paint and my brown and I go right back over it, and you never know that it happened. So see there, anything can be fixed. It's just crafting. It's not the end of the world. All right, now, once I get that situated the way that I want it, I'm actually going to take the other two colors, the Pearl Deep Brown and the Pearl Copper Gold. These two colors are gorgeous. I mix those two together. I'm actually going to take a little bit of that Burnt Sienna and put in with it. Just mix it all up. I'm going for a rust look. That's the color that I'm going for. Now, once I've got my color just right, I'm actually going to start going around the edges of this truck. And y'all, this turns out so good. I'm so proud of this little truck. I'm telling you, I cannot wait for y'all to see this when it's done. So as I go across it, in some places, I kind of smear it with my finger just to give it that more rusted look, so it doesn't look like it's just a line of paint. It's more blended in with the truck, like across the top there. See how it just blends right in. Now I end up going around every single edge of this truck with my my rust color. And I was shocked at the pigment in this. I'm going over black, over the top of black, y'all, with an acrylic paint. And it is so pigmented that you would never know that I was going over black. I mean, it's crazy just how pigmented these paints are. I'm very, very impressed. All right, now look at that. It looks just like rust. I mean, it literally looked just like this little truck is rusted. I did take some sandpaper and try to scuff up my wooden bed that I had painted on there, and it scuffed up a little bit, but I actually ended up just scuffing up my black paint more than anything. So that was a little bit of a fail. But anyways, I just took my black and painted right over the top of it. No big deal. Now, I took my truck and my Farm Fresh and placed it on the sign. I was trying to find my placement for everything. I've got my pumpkins spelt out on some wax paper. Now, I took a ruler and just laid it down so that I could keep my letters straight across here. I wanted to make sure that they were good and straight, you know, nice and tailored looking. So I just left that ruler there and steadily put my letters down, spelling out the word Farm Fresh. This turns out so stinking cute. Do you hear me? Oh my gosh. I am in love with this little sign. I was actually going to use it during our arts and crafts and sell it, but I don't know if I can because I just love it so much. Oh my gosh. All right. So once I've got that on there, I'm going to take my little truck and I'm placing it just right where that big pumpkin, the tallest pumpkin, will be right in between the words farm and fresh. Once I've got that on and it's glued down, now I'm actually going to take some Mod Podge and add it to the bottom. And then I'm going to take my sticker letters and just place those on there. And I got those sticker letters from the Dollar General store. They came in a pack. And I think they were about $2 maybe, but I did get those at the Dollar General store. Now, once I tried to pull this off of the wax paper, it was like pulling every letter. I don't know what happened, because normally wax paper is the perfect thing to, spell something out on or use stickers on or whatever. But this time it just didn't work out so well. So anyways, I just took it, actually peeled it off of the wax paper and started to place it. Now I do grab my ruler and end up placing that ruler underneath it just to keep those letters nice and straight. But it ends up working out just perfect. Now, once I get my letters completely on there and I've spelt out the words pumpkin, I'm going to go real easy. I mean, very easily over the top of those stickers because I didn't want them to move, but I did add some Mod Podge to the top. All right, I flipped this sign over, took some of the sawtooth hangers, and literally just hot glued them straight to it. I took my yardstick and placed it across there to make sure that my hangers would turn out even. I put one on each side. I figured this sign was big enough that I wasn't sure if it would hang right if I just put one hanger right in the middle. So I decided to do two. Now, I'm showing you a little trick. I took this painter's tape, literally taped off where those two hangers were. I placed that tape on my wall. Now, excuse my wall. This needs to be painted. And then I placed my nails on each end of that tape. And you can hang that thing up perfectly. Check this dude out. So stinking cute. Now, this is our inspiration piece. Once again, just so that y'all could see this. This was on Pinterest. That's where I found this. And this is ours. Gorgeous. I took my electric sander and sanded around the edges of this sign. And check it out. Look at the gold and the rust color on there. Oh my gosh, y'all. I am so impressed by this Arteza paint. So impressed. I love this sign. I think it is so stinking cute. I wanted to take just a moment and answer a couple questions that actually were in the comments. I told y'all last video that I would try to answer some questions and try to put myself out there a little more. That way that y'all can get to know me a little better. So one of the main questions that I kept getting asked was about my kids. How many kids did I have? How old were they? Whatever. So I actually have 3 children. I did 3. Oh my gosh, I'm so blonde. I don't know my right from my left either, so hey, whatever. Anyways, I have 3 children. I have 2 boys and a girl. The oldest is 18. He is actually leaving on the 13th of next month to go to boot camp for the Air Force. I am one proud mama. You hear me? Oh my gosh. I am so proud of this kid. He is such a great kid. He's got a great head on his shoulders. He's going to do something with himself, and I love it. I'm so proud of him. My middle child is another boy, and he is actually 14. He hunts and fishes. He is on the bass team, or like fishing team, with his school. He does that. He does competitions. Loves it. That is his thing. He's a lake kid. He's grown up right here on the lake, so that's just part of it. It's in his blood. And he is an awesome kid also. He's a great kid. My baby is a little girl. She's not so little anymore. She's my little girl. You guys met her in one of the videos, actually. She did the drawing. That's what it was. She did the drawing for us. So she is 13 years old. She plays basketball and softball. We're constantly at a ball game or a practice. She's a straight A student and just a fantastic kid. Fantastic kid. She's got the biggest heart anybody I've ever met in my life. She's so tender-hearted, just precious. But so that's a little bit about myself. I hope that y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And let's get back to these DIYs. Okay, so this next DIY is so simple and it turns out so stinking cute. All right, now I have got these thankful and gather signs that I got from the Dollar Tree. I've also got the little box signs. I taped those off so that I didn't mess up the buffalo check. I wanted to keep that around the edges. I'm going to be painting the top of these with some white chalk paint. And it actually ended up taking like 4 coats of paint to cover up that welcome fall that it said. Normally this chalk paint got very good coverage, so I don't know if I should have primed these dudes first or like what the deal was, but it did take almost 4 coats, I do believe. Now I'm drying it in between with my little paint dryer deal that I've got, my little heat gun, and I will leave a link in the description box for that heat gun. It is from Amazon and it is a great little tool. I love it. I use it all the time. Now, I took my gather and my thankful signs and I just painted those with some black chalkboard paint. Painted them inside and out, front, back, every nook and cranny of these words I ended up painting. You're going to be able to see it from the front and the back, so it really needed to be completely black. The entire word had to be completely black. I also distressed these words when I was done. I took my electric sander and just went around the edges and distressed it. Now, I'm taking some E6000 and I'm just going to place that right on the bottom. And I used the E6000 because I'm actually going to be selling these in the arts and crafts that we have coming up here in my little town where I live. Now, I'm alternating that with the hot glue. You don't want to put hot glue right directly on top of E6000. It just does not work out, trust me. So I just alternated that and boom, there you go. Too cute. I feel like this is something that you would see at like Hobby Lobby or something. I mean, they are darling, just darling. I love these. I may end up keeping one of these for myself, actually. I just wanted to share this with y'all. So this is where I set up to do my intros because the light is actually good here. So that's where I sit, and this is where the puppy dogs are. How cute is that? They never leave my side. I mean, they are wherever I am. Too stinking cute. Okay, so another little fun fact. I am actually the daughter of a preacher. My dad has been a Baptist preacher my entire life, actually. I like telling people that. I'm proud of my daddy. I'm proud of who he is and the kind of man that he is. I respect him so very much. But, you know, there's that thing like, oh, the preacher's daughter, you know, whatever. And yes, I was the preacher's daughter. I was the typical preacher's daughter for a couple years. You know, it just happens, like, it whatever. Anyways, but once I had my kids, I settled down and things changed completely. So you know, there's that verse in the Bible that says something about training your child in the ways of the Lord and he will not depart from it or something like that. I probably just totally butchered that, but anyways, it's something close to that. And that's totally true. That's exactly what happened with me. So I just thought I would share that with y'all. And once again, she's right here. Bella, look at the camera. Look right here. Look right here. Look here. Oh, hers your good girl. Hers mama's good girl. Y'all, this in here under my feet, oh my gosh, it's like having a toddler in the house. I'm telling you. Oh, and here comes number 2. Always. All right, let's get back to these DIYs. Okay, so for our final DIY here, I have got some more of those edging pieces that I had bought from my local hardware store. I've also got this rug that I got from the Dollar Tree. Can you believe they had that at the Dollar Tree? All right, now I've got a Sharpie, and I am actually going to draw lines across this. We're going to be making this look like shiplap across this behind the pumpkin. Now, I had actually already bought the rug and kind of had the idea of making a sign out of it. But then I saw that Holly on Hot Humble Pie, she actually did the same exact thing with it with another rug. She actually used the rug that had the farm truck on it. So I'm going to leave a link in the description box for Holly's video because y'all, hers turns out so good. Like, you really have to go check that video out if you have not seen it yet, because oh my gosh, it looks so good. It's 10 times better than mine is, but I did decide that I was going to go ahead and try my hand at it. But I do want y'all to check out Holly's, because hers really turned out good. All right, now, once I got my lines on there, I ended up going back with with the Sharpie and making holes to make it look like nail holes, where nails were there, like real shiplap. Now, I'm going to go over this entire rug with this white chalk paint. And I thought at first I would just kind of dry brush it, but man, it sucked this paint up. So I end up having to go in a little heavy-handed in the end. But I went over the entire thing. I even went over the pumpkin because I wanted to kind of dull down the orange that was on that pumpkin. Now, like I said, I had to go in pretty heavy-handed there in the end to really get this paint in this rug. I mean, it was like it just sucked it up, really. But no big deal. I just added a little more paint and went at it. And this is how it ends up turning out. I think it looks great. Once I got the all my white paint on and it had dried, I took a Sharpie and went over the lettering just so that I knew you'd be able to read that real good. And I also went over some of the details that were on the pumpkin, some of the little squiggly lines and whatnot, just so you didn't lose that, from putting the white paint over it. I wanted some of that detail to still be there. Now, I took my little edging line, wood. I don't even know. That's all I know to call it is edging because that's all it said on the box. Now, I took that, measured it off. I'm going to take my miter box and saw and just cut these little things down. Super simple. I will leave a link in the description box for that miter box. So easy. Now, I have got this right here is some black chalkboard paint. The bottle was almost empty, and I added water to it to make a black stain. If you are familiar with my channel, you will know that I love the black stain on the wood. I think it is gorgeous, and that's what we're doing. So I wanted to edge this out or frame this picture out with the black because I just felt like it was going to really make it pop, really make it stand out. So that's what we did. I just added some hot glue and glued this directly to the rug, the very edge, directly to that rug, all the way around, placing my hot glue right there on the stick, on the edging wood, whatever you want to call it. Turns out so cute. I really love this. Now, I flipped it over, took some old canvas that I had, cut off a couple strips of it. Now, I'm going to take my hot glue, place it right over the top of this twine that I had, and then I'm going to take that canvas and place it right over the top of that. I felt like that was going to hold this twine in very secure. That way when you hang this up, there's no, you're not worried about the twine coming off. And there you have it. Really turns out nice. I like this a lot. Hey there, pumpkin. I love it. I love this little sign. Don't forget, y'all, check out Holly's video. Hers is so stinking cute. That farm truck, oh my gosh, she did a great job. So be sure and check that out. I'll have a link in the description box for you. And here's everything together. I love the farmhouse sign, the farm truck. I'm super proud of it. I'm really loving this gather and thankful. I think those are gonna sell at the arts and crafts really well. This little truck, I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to sell that. I think I'm going to have to keep that for myself because I just love it so much. Of course, we have the florals with the pumpkin. Really turned out beautiful. I'm loving all of this. I think it all turned out great. Once again, with that pumpkin sign, it really looks like shiplap back behind there. I really like this sign. I think it turned out great. Love these pieces. I really think they're going to do good for the arts and crafts. One more look at the signs. This is just my favorite. I love that. Love these pieces. I really think they turned out really great. All right, y'all, that's it for today. I hope that y'all will please give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave me some comments. Let me know what y'all are wanting to see. Share this video if you don't mind. And also subscribe. Please subscribe. Check me out over on Instagram and Facebook, and y'all have a blessed day.